With spring break quickly approaching at the end of this week, everyone wants to know, where will students head for their week-long reprieve? Griffin Strom is in the field with more on the topic.
I'm outside the RPAC here at The Ohio State University, where beginning March 8th, students will be looking to find a warmer beach to spend their spring break. Let's find out where students are headed this holiday.
I am going home to save money.
I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia.
And what's in Atlanta for you?
I'm going for strip clubs, and my dad lives down there too, so I want to try to sneak into Magic City.
We're going to Gallenberg, Tennessee. So we're staying in a cabin. We're gonna do some hiking. We're probably gonna go try to spend a day in Tennessee, Nashville. And what else are we thinking of doing?
There's a hot tub in our cabin. So.
According to Time, spring break tradition started in 1938 in Fort Lauderdale with a college swim forum with 300 students. 80 years later, students spend around $1 billion during spring break between Florida and Texas alone.
Oh, we went to Fort Lauderdale last year, and some kid came up to us, and he had a t-shirt wrapped around his finger that he cut off that morning.
Last year, I went to Miami.
What'd you do in Miami?
Got drunk, honestly, whole week.
Do you think it's dangerous for students to go on crazy spring break trips?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely some risks. You got to be careful.
For spring break this year, I'm actually working and doing an internship with the Columbus Police.
No relaxation for you?
No relaxation at all.
I don't really have much plans because we get like one day off and then we got to go right back to class, so we don't get much of a break.
While students won't be taking a dip into these waters next week, some will be off to alluring destinations in the sun, others will be going home to spend time with family, and some will be staying here on campus to save money and study. For Buckeye TV, signing off, this is Griffin Strom.
The media has been under fire by the Trump administration since he first announced his candidacy. Sydney Riddle spoke to Ohio State student journalists about the media and journalism in the United States and why it's important in a democratic society.
In today's political climate, the media is a topic that is widely discussed and debated. With an administration that calls the media the enemy of the people, our nation is forgetting why the Founding Fathers included freedom of the press in the United States Constitution. Buckeye TV spoke to journalism students at Ohio State to hear their thoughts on the media and its importance.
I think journalism is important in this political climate because it's important to keep our president accountable and all public figures accountable, especially whenever there's so mixed confusion about fact versus fiction. So it's very important to make sure that the people who are leading our country are held accountable.
For student journalists, I think we kind of hold that same responsibility as well. I think the students at Ohio State, they deserve to know why, what's going on and why it's happening. And our job is to let them know what that is as accurately as possible. And so that's kind of what I see our role is as student journalists at the Lantern.
Journalism is important in today's political climate, just with how crazy it is and everything going around about fake news. Journalists are the watchdogs that decide whether or not that's true based on facts instead of feelings. And journalism and student journalism especially is important because it trains the next generation of writers and reporters how to do their job correctly and how to inform the public of things that they need to know about. And students having that opportunity is priceless.
I think journalism is important, I guess, in today's climate, mostly because, we have a president who, is constantly attacking the media, calling us fake news, and I think that's very misleading, especially to a lot of people, who consume and generally believe everything they hear on the news, especially, when the president says it, And so I think it's really important for us as journalists to kind of, make sure that everything is accurate and everything is honest that we're reporting, So in doing that, we can kind of counteract any false claims that really any politician makes, not just the president. And so that's we're kind of here to hold them accountable. And so that's kind of why I see journalism as really important in today's society and just in society in general.
With Buckeye TV News, I'm Sydney Riddle.
The Ohio State basketball team plays its final 2019 home game, and in in indeed its last regular season game overall, Sunday against 19th ranked Wisconsin. Ohio State looks to improve seeding for the upcoming Big Ten tournament and bolster its NCAA tournament resume. It will be the last home game for seniors C.J. Jackson, Keyshawn Woods, and Joey Lane. Tip-off is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. in the Schottenstein Center.
Smoking might be in decline, but vaping is on the rise. Ashley Kimmel has more.
What began as an alternative for smoking cigarettes, vaping has become an epidemic across the nation and has affected not only non-tobacco users, but students who haven't even smoked cigarettes before.
A vape is a device that heats up a liquid known as e-juice until it turns into vapor and comes in a number of different flavors that can come with or without nicotine. The Juul is one of the more popular ways of vaping and is known for its inconspicuous appearance that's often said to resemble a flash drive. Though smoking of any kind is not permitted at Ohio State, cigarette butts can be seen across campus, proving the rule is often violated. Vaping, however, is harder to trace.
So, do you vape?
Yes, I do. So I buy a pack of pods for it each week, so that's about $20 each week, yeah.
I wouldn't personally do it because I don't want to get addicted to nicotine or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't seem super harmless, but it's really disruptive. Like, whenever somebody does it, it's super disruptive.
You know, I started using it, and now it's kind of a source of quelling agitation for me, or like getting rid of, some unwanted stress, especially like I work in a restaurant, so it comes in handy there a lot.
I have a lot of friends that have smoked, my parents smoked and stuff, and I have a lot of friends that vape, like almost all of them vape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in it with nicotine at this point. It would be kind of difficult for me to quit, definitely, and I totally understand the health concerns about it. Like, there's no way that in 20 years we're not going to find some crazy stuff out about it, that it's actually, was poisoning us the whole time. Maybe it won't, but maybe it will,
Through the thick vape clouds and foggy lungs of students on campus, it's still clear to see that even with the known health risks of vaping, students don't intend to stop anytime soon. My name is Ashley Kimmel, signing off with BuckeyeTV.
Coming up, Peyton David profiles black fraternities on campus.